So I have decided to take a drastic decision in my life, and in order to explain what the decision is, I first need to give out the backstory. It has to do with the fact that I go to the gym, because a lot of people have asked what I eat, if I am having a good diet, because I was like, I am training in a good way. I am training to failure, I am training with progressive overload, but people have wondered how my diet and stuff looks like. And so what I'm about to tell you might be triggering for some people because it's about nutrition and diet and stuff, so I'm just giving a fair warning, I guess. But anyways, over the last year, I have been bulking and eating a lot of high-calorie foods, such as peanut butter and chocolate cookies. I was force-feeding myself with all those high-calorie foods, and there were two reasons why I was bulking and all that stuff. The first reason is that despite going to the gym, I haven't been able to make any progress for over a year. I was stuck at a 90-kilogram bench press for over a year. I trained hard, I did progressive overload, all that kind of stuff. But I could not do progressive overload in intensity because I did not make any progress, so I had to do in volume, I had to do more reps, I had to stay longer in the gym every day basically. And I did do most of my sets to failure. I worked pretty hard, and yet no progress. Basically, I am a true heart gainer. And so I was like, I need to get bigger, because if I am bigger, I can lift more. And so that was the first reason why I was bulking. But the second reason is that I am insecure about being small. At least I have pretty much always been that. Like, I am a heart gainer, and before going to the gym, I used to weigh like 150 pounds at 5'9", and if I do this, as you can see, my fingers overlap. And all of this point towards the fact that I am small and skinny. But the thing is, I don't look small, nor do I look skinny. I don't look like a midget, basically. But apparently I am a midget. And it doesn't make sense to me. How can I be small and yet look so big and masculine in the mirror? And this frustrated me. And I don't like being frustrated, which is why I don't like being small. I always used to wear M-sized shirts because I don't want to wear S-sized shirts because S means small. But I used to work at a Unipub and I had to put on a work shirt. And so one day I tried an S-sized shirt and it fit perfectly. Which means I must be a small-sized man. But I don't look like a small-sized man. And this frustrated me. Or maybe I do look small. Maybe it is obvious to you but not to me because I am stupid. And so it frustrated me. And because of that, I desperately tried to bulk because I was scared of the idea of being small. Unfortunately, not only did I not make any progress in the gym, I also received a comment under one of my videos telling me I have to go to the gym and that it will show in my eyes or something. Not only do I not make any progress in strength, but I also don't make any progress in aesthetic. It's like that meme, all those years of lifting to look like that. And so for a while I thought I was cursed with being skinny forever because of horrible genetics. But so I then showed pictures of me flexing and I was like, look, I am already going to the gym in case you don't believe me, for crying out loud. And then I received a comment that said I had too much fat. And then I realized The reason why no one believes that I am going to the gym is not because I am a skinny soy boy loser, thank goodness, but rather it's because I am a fat incel fuck. I am overweight, which was a relief to me, because I realized I do have muscles, I do have an aesthetic physique, it's just that all of this is covered under fat. And so if I burn the fat, then my physique will show. Which makes sense, because before I bulked, when I first started going to the gym, people were actually complimenting my physique. But one day they stopped doing that, which has to be because I became overweight. And because of that, I have decided to do a drastic decision in my life. I have decided that I will try to diet down to single-digit body fat. I know it sounds like an extreme and unrealistic goal, but I want to see if I am able to do that. Since I am a hard gainer, I should probably be able to do that, I think. But I want to make something clear. I don't have body dysmorphia. I don't think I look bad, it's just that I want to be as attractive as possible. And I'm not doing this to attract girls or something, I am doing this for myself, because I simply love feeling attractive, you know. Now, I don't want to lose too much weight, because I don't want to actually become skinny and small, I just want to lose body fat and maintain or gain muscle. Which is why lately, I have, for example, tried to eat as much protein as possible and as little carbs as possible. I eat a bunch of eggs and meat, like chicken especially, every day. At least I try to do that. And I have just started doing all this, and I feel like I have already been making some progress. Like, in 2 weeks, I went from looking like this to looking like this. And I think this looks good, but maybe you think I'm still overweight? I don't know. If you think I am overweight, then I will diet harder. Because so far it has been easy. So far this dieting has been easy. So I can make it a little bit harder. Because substituting carbs for protein at home and substituting high-calorie foods for low-calorie foods at home, that has been easy. The hard part was eating properly when I am away from home, because that's when my nutrition takes a nosedive. And I know you shouldn't be too strict with your diet, moderation is key, but my latest decisions have still been questionable. Like yesterday, for example, I did not eat lunch. Not only because I am dieting, but because I had too much of a busy schedule. I literally had no time for lunch. I could barely afford it because I'm a broke college student as well. And so instead of a proper lunch, I had a snack. I ate cookies that had a bunch of sugar. And I now realize this is inexcusable. Yes, moderation is key, but the fact that I substituted this for lunch is the issue here. Because I probably would have eaten less calories that whole day if I actually had a proper king-sized lunch. But I could not do that because I did not have time or money for that. And so I barely even have time for lunch now. And so I probably have to eat breakfast later during the day, like a brunch. Because if I can't have lunch, then I won't go hungry until dinner time. I drink a lot of coffee with oat milk because it's a popular thing to drink here in Sweden, and in my college I get this for free. And I just realized it's not really okay because oat milk seems to have a lot of calories. And so I need to substitute that with green tea, which I also get for free in my college. I want to aim to get down to single-digit body fat so that I can look shredded rather than a skinny soy boy or an overweight incel. I will see how far I can go, and the only form of cardio I do right now and in general, is walking outside. I don't run on treadmills or anything like that because I am scared it will turn me into a small and skinny midget. Instead, I do weightlifting in order to gain muscle and be bigger. And I'm trying to lose fat at the moment. I have stopped focusing that much on lifting heavy, especially since I no longer make any progress there. I instead focus on volume and lighter weight for more reps, because that is training for hypertrophy. Like, that is what actually makes your muscles bigger. And so I hope I made it clear, and I hope you can understand my decision.